It's a critical time for the MBTA, working hard to clean up its image.
But 5 Investigates found one high-ranking T official in a key role to help them do just that is often at the bar in the middle of the day. Kathy Curran is here with the investigation tonight. Kath?
And Maria and Ed, he's a top executive at the MBTA, reporting directly to the general manager, a contractor who handles multi-million-dollar deals with the T's unions to help increase employee productivity and to prevent the kind of behavior we witnessed.
We'd like to ask you some questions about your day drinking.
Mark D'Angelo is the MBTA's $250,000 man, raking in just shy of $250,000 a year. It's a big job paying big bucks. He's the T's Director of Labor Relations Strategy, in charge of negotiating the contracts for every union at the T. But our investigation found D'Angelo bellying up to the bar in the middle of the day. 5 Investigates tracked Mr. D'Angelo for 16 days during several weeks this summer. We were able to follow him at lunchtime on 11 of those days and witnessed him drinking between 1 and 4 drinks each time. On many days, he headed out of the transportation building before noon, sometimes hopping on the T to his most frequented watering hole, the Point in Haymarket Square, where we watched him down whiskey and beer. Here, a bartender cracks open a Tecate for D'Angelo. A few minutes later, another pours him a big glass of whiskey. A total of 4 drinks in less than 2 hours, with lots of laughs along the way.
You should not be going out in the middle of the day for drinking when you're on the payroll at $240,000 a year.
Greg Sullivan from the government watchdog group The Pioneer Institute reviewed the video for 5 Investigates.
Because it's his job to make sure that the labor work rules and contracts are set up to prevent abuses like this from happening.
We have a team of over 150 T employees and contractors hard at work.
And while his boss, the general manager, and the T were still in crisis, scrambling to restore service and the faith of riders, days after a train derailed, it was bottoms up again. Mark D'Angelo was kicking back, downing drinks for 3.5 hours with stops at the Point and the 21st Amendment, drinking 2 large whiskeys and a couple of beers. On another day, we even found him drinking at a bar in the same building as his office. And an hour and a half later, he gets behind the wheel of his car and calls it a day.
Mr. D'Angelo? Kathy Curran from 5 Investigates.
We caught up with D'Angelo weeks later, after he was sipping at the Sevens on Beacon Hill.
This is part of the culture that the T's trying to get rid of.
I do a really good job. I don't think that what I do at lunch interferes with my job.
What about all the contracts that you negotiate and the people that work for those unions? What if they were having drinks in the middle of their workday? Would that be acceptable?
If they're getting their jobs done, yeah.
D'Angelo has an impressive resume and is politically connected. He worked for the state for decades before being tapped by the T. And we've discovered the woman who held this position previously was making less than half his pay, earning $112,000 a year. She was also a lawyer, unlike the high-paid contractor who told us repeatedly there's nothing wrong with throwing back a few at lunch at the T.
I think it's okay to have a drink at lunch, yeah.
I don't think Steve Poftak, who signed your contract, would be happy to know that you're out drinking 2 to 3 hours in the middle of your workday.
I don't think he would either. But I don't think that that is necessarily reflective of the work that I do.
And it's unclear what Mr. D'Angelo's responsibilities were on the days he returned to the office after leaving the bar. His lawyer tells us he doesn't have set work hours. D'Angelo declined the opportunity for a follow-up interview. And after we asked the T for comment about our investigation, D'Angelo resigned. Kathy Curran, 5 Investigates.